Welcome back. 2022 NXL World Cup, the Champions Cup going down here center court, brought to you by MLKings. We are in Kissimmee, Florida. I'm Addy Marshall, and I am stoked to have the GOAT, Oliver Lang, one of my very, very good friends from long ago. He's up here to help us call this next set. Ollie, how you feeling today, man?
Feeling good, Matty. Nice to be up here with you.
Thank you so much.
It's been a while.
It has been a long time. You played awesome yesterday. Team is dialed, looking really, really good. And I'm pretty excited to see you guys play today. You're going to be playing Edmonton Impact at 11 o'clock, so mark that on your calendars and let everyone know across your social media networks. Also, if you're here on site, definitely go and check out the Hormesis booth. It is like a cavern of paintball majesty and mystery inside that place. Yeah, it's glorious.
We did a good job on this time.
So Columbus Level going to be taking on the Saints. Level and Saints lost yesterday, and tell you what, Oliver, DMG is going to be making it on to Sunday, and the Latin Saints, if they don't win some games out here, are most likely going to be getting relegated down to the semi-pro division. So this is a really, really big game with huge implications for professional paintball. As also Columbus Level, who's made, look at this though, the Saints, they picked up some players from old school CEP, some guys that have been playing high-level paintball for a long time. Another body is coming off from that center for Columbus Level. And so the Saints, it's not looking good right now, Oliver, for Columbus Level. Multiple bodies coming off as that run-through happens in the center of the field, but in the snake right now, trying to finish off these last couple players, going to get that inside kill. I thought how did he miss that shot?
Took him a couple, but he got it.
So he was able to get that shot, but yeah, Oliver, it's not looking good for the Saints right now. It's not looking good for Level right now.
Yeah, we practiced Level, and Level played quite good against us, actually, I will say. So, and X Factor, so a little surprising to see them kind of giving it up. But I guess these new CAP guys are the real deal. We're helping them out.
Yeah,
so far
they've kept a couple of. I mean, they still have a few of the Latin players on the team. But yeah, it's the Latin Saints had a much better look yesterday. That's the best that we've seen them since the superstar roster fell apart. So looking forward to seeing. I'm hoping I know they understand what's at stake, because they've got to be following this and knowing that since DMG for the first time this year, and I was just talking to our commissioner, this is how competitive pro paintball is getting, is that we think, and we got to go check our notes, but we think every single pro team has made a Sunday. All 20 pro teams made a Sunday this year.
Well, that's pretty good.
It's pretty crazy.
I will say I think I'm slightly leaning towards Latin Saints simply because Mike Paxton is their coach.
Yes,
which is pretty cool.
Which was also a new addition too. I talked to Gregory at the end of their frustrating event they had in Chicago. He's like, "We need a coach. Do you have any ideas?" And I was like, what about Mike Paxton? And they made it work. And then Gregory's like, "What do you think about us picking up these CEP players?" And I'm like, well, if they're down, but I didn't think that was actually going to work, but it all worked out. Anyway, MLKings and Seattle Uprising, both these teams, different story than the teams that we just watched, is both these teams won their games yesterday. MLKings beat the Saints, and Uprising beat up on Level pretty solid, which this is the thing with Uprising, Oliver. I mean, they've been around for a long time, and we just never know what we're going to get out of Uprising. Sometimes they come out and beat every, they have a chance to beat every one of the teams. They have beaten all the top teams, but they're just super inconsistent. So something they've been trying to work on for years, but yesterday they looked amazing, and beat up on Level pretty solid.
They sound like the new X Factor, no pun intended.
So Uprising's on the blue side here, the MLKings on your screen though, at this 50-yard line, at the wall. And Oliver, you've been playing this spot. Talk to me about that spot a little bit.
Well, it's a pretty hairy spot, and it's anything can go in there. I'm just a little bit too short to really be able to say that I've been able to perfect it. So I think height is definitely an advantage. I'm thinking about, trying to put some pods under my feet, stand on them or something to get that few extra inches. But, I mean, up there, it really comes down to the points, the time, the setup of where they're at, how many guys you have alive, and how many guys they have alive, because there's multiple opportunities and differences that you can, different things you can do up there. And so I like that. I feel like it's a very methodical center spot, and you'll see it right here.
Ooh, Connor Kelly coming through with the burst speed, as then Betancourt's going to get into the snake here. So the MLKings, I like that. This is when they play well, that's how they play. Yeah. They punch and adjust, punch and adjust. I talked to Connor Kelly. So Oliver, this kid right here is definitely going to be a star.
Yeah.
But he's at that point in his career where he's kind of overbatting a little bit, getting a little bit too cocky and confident in the games. And I talked to him about that yesterday. And he agreed. He's like, yeah, Maddie, you're 100% right. I'm like, I need you to play 10%, think 10% less.
I don't know, but it's also really hard when you're on a team like that and you're trying to make yourself seen. It's like, yeah, you don't want to be too arrogant, but at the same time, you want to, boost yourself up enough to take a position, right?
That's what's tough, though, because, yeah, you want to be seen, but you want to be seen smashing people and not walking to the dead box more often than you're smashing people. So that's
right.
kind of thing. I mean, as long as you're doing it 60, 65% of the time really well, 70 would be ideal.
Yeah.
That's what we need. But, yeah, Connor Kelly's, he made the All-Star game. I really wish we were playing the All-Star game, but apparently the weather gods do not want us to do that this year. Here comes Peterson with the run-through. Oh, he goes all the way with a little slide in and making it look nice here. Did he get the two-pack to close? He definitely got the first one.
Definitely some style points on that guy.
Yeah, look good. Peterson.
See, this is the one thing that I think, teams that are relatively new or haven't played so long together, they don't know how to play off of their teammates' moves. And multiple times there, the MLKings made moves, and nobody really, kind of compensated on it.
Well, what's interesting about the MLKings, so going back to last year, they had started making Sundays. They made 4 Sundays in a row, starting at the end of last year. But they would get to Sunday and then not have the ability to beat the top teams, and they never made it past the first round that they made it to on Sunday.
That's pretty hard to do.
But for sure, to make that many Sundays in a row as a young up-and-coming squad. But they started to be the fastest team in paintball, and what they did that was special was that they would always keep their second attackers very close to their first attackers and work in pairs.
Nice, two-man operation.
Yeah, so I think
we invented that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be done, obviously depending on the layout, because this is an interesting layout, because the snake side, a lot of teams are just sending one body to that back box, and then everyone else is D side and up the center. So, but yeah, that's that. When MLKings are playing well, they're playing in pairs, and they keep their twos close to their ones. Their first attackers and their second attackers are very linked in sync.
Well, it's a weird field because, yes, the snake looks like it's excellent, but it's not. I mean, it is excellent, yes, maybe if you get in there, so to say, and you could maybe get all the way down it, but for some reason you're not heavily rewarded once you get into it, It's not like a guarantee, right?
Yeah.
Which is kind of the premise of a snake. It's like, okay, you get in it, now you get a reward. Here it's like you get in it and maybe you get a reward.
Body coming off right now from the Latin Saints is being very proactive. Columbus level here from the blue side of the field. Looking really good and pushing that D side. The D side is definitely the strong side on this field. As Oliver was just saying, the snake is, on first look, a little deceptive. Oh, runs the whole length of the field. Oh, man, this could be a good one. Not so much. Really hard to make it. And it's one of those plays that's best that it develops as the secondary, tertiary move.
Yeah.
Where you can kind of, and we have seen a lot of points stolen from the snake side, but it's once the guns shift towards that D side, to shift towards the chaos going on in the center.
Well, so, Maddie, how are these fields, created? Did someone just roll the dice, draw it on paper? Do they set it up and play it before and, make adjustments, or how does it done? Because I would say that's a nice idea, right? You set it up, play it, make some adjustments, okay?
Well, so how these as Level has 2 bodies up at that 50 now, and yeah, man, Level looking like they want to tie this one up. How the field is created is Jason Trozen, our commissioner. He creates the field, and he will go and set them up. But honestly, he's done an amazing job. If you talk to people that have been playing for the past couple of years, I mean, we've had some really good layouts. We haven't really had too many layouts because there's always a worry that on Sunday it's going to get a little slow.
Right.
And we've had entertaining layouts that even if it does slow down, things are still happening, as it looks like the Saints are going to be losing McGowan, who is trying to get into D3. He played really well for them yesterday. He actually had the best move, so we're giving away $500 courtesy McKinley Mosley and Associates, a law firm, for best move of the
love
prelims.
that. I love the law firms that pay out.
Yeah, it's great.
Great.
They're big paintball fans. And then and $1,000 for best move of Sunday. And so far, McGowan has the best move of the prelims.
Oh, yeah, nice. Well, LVL, they look like they're up in it right here. And this is how they were practicing us, actually. They were up in it.
Pushing the issue?
Yeah, they were up in it, and they were. This kid played really good. I think who'd you say had the with the beanie?
Sam Silberg. Or well, there's the 2 guys on the D side. There's Cranmer, and then he's doing the brown beanie.
Yeah.
And Sam Silberg's mostly their 1 though on that side of the field. That's Cranmer.
Yeah, Cranmer was playing us really good in the practice, and he was just kind of a little bit of a ghost over there on that Dorito side, and just smooth, like nothing too arrogant, and he was just you know, slowly coming down that side, and he was a little bit of a creep over there.
Yeah.
And it worked.
They have another guy that plays the D side, and he's really starting to step up, be one of their best players. And they've been telling me he's going to be the best player for a while, is Sam Silberg. But their all-star, the guy that started getting a lot of credit, and rightfully so, was the guy that plays the snake, Danny Schonauer. So he actually got voted in to be in the all-star game. Again, it's just not happening. So there is Big Mike Paxton talking to some of these players here from the Latin Saints. And again, it's just been a crazy amount of roster changes for that.
So the Latin Saints, although they took second place with the superstar team, they can still get relegated?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's how crazy pro paintball is. They couldn't, well, because after that, they didn't win a game. They haven't won a game since then. So MLKings on the breakout right now here, point number 2. 12 minutes left to go, so a ton of time. It looks like a 5-on-5 break. Pretty even on the break right now. Doubling up that back center as the MLKings from the blue side of the field. Seattle Uprising from the red side. A little bit better field position in the center with Uprising at the wedge. And he's looking here towards the snake side, trying to shut that side down. MLKings are they still doubling up that back center?
Yeah, still doubling up, yeah. And they're big boys too, huh?
Well, the MLKings have a couple bigger guys, but they actually have some really like missiles though, like little missiles. Betancourt and Carl Donaldson they're definitely not big dudes. But Kyle Berry Peterson, not small dudes.
You just missed it. The guy at the in front of the wedge threw a pod at the center bunker, hoping that maybe it was going to send a guy around.
It worked yesterday.
Like the Barrett. Oh, that's a thing now.
It did work. It was tried twice yesterday that I saw.
Yeah.
And it definitely worked. We had a guy going.
Those are old school moves.
Old school moves. Yeah. He set the trap. He goes up to the wedge. He comes back, and here actually a big hammer about to get dropped in the center of the field. Is that Peterson again? Man, Peterson's running a racket.
That guy's big and pretty smooth.
Yeah, he's got some moves out here. I like it.
Well, it's funny because he set the trap, but then his buddy went in there. But look, they played off it. They made it to move into the snake too. The MLKings.
Yeah, sneaking in there.
So the MLKings, like from Prague, like they originally were.
No, mostly from Florida is kind of where the team is out of right now.
Interesting.
But Kyle Berry's originally from New York. Mingo and Navarro are originally from Puerto Rico, but they live in like the D.C. area. Betancourt lives in the D.C. area. So it's like Puerto Rican, New Yorkers, Floridians.
Wow, that's a nice combo.
Yeah.
And a few Czechs?
Yeah, well, from originally with the team that was with a bunch of Czech guys, started by an American. It's an interesting story.
I love this modern day. So what about Uprising is Seattle?
Yeah, so Uprising, Pacific Northwest, and they had a few new guys here and there throughout the years, but it's basically the same core of dudes that's been playing now for, I want to say, 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
And there's so like Graham Arnold, Tommy Tucker,
Graham Arnold, is he an actor?
He could be. He's yes, he could be straight out of Central Casting as a ginger for like a British drama or something.
See, it's good having me up here because I'm so naive. I don't know anything, so I got to ask you a bunch of questions.
Oh, it's all good. Ask away. So Latin Saints tied up right now with level. Again, it is of the utmost importance for the Latin Saints to win a game today. They have 2 to work with.
And they've already lost 1 man on this point. Yeah, so it's 4 Latin Saints, 5 LVL. And honestly, it makes a big difference when you lose that one guy. Like we did some drills, and when you've got body advantage on this field, and you kind of get going.
Oh,
See,
Weber.
That was not the going that he needed to get. But once you start getting going, it's hard to fight back. But that guy was prepared for it, sitting in the wedge.
Yeah. So what type of drills does Dynasty run getting ready for an event? Oh, hold on, hammer about to get dropped here in the center as Columbus level runs through it. He gets the first one and then trades out with McGowan begging for a penalty. I don't think we're gonna get one.
I begged for that penalty.
I was gonna say, Oliver, and it worked, but then you begged a little bit too hard, so you got a minor for begging.
Okay,
but
so
you got
happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got the minor, but you got the major pulled on the other guy too. So it definitely worked out for you guys.
Fair enough. I'll take that every day. I think it was more like a welcome back to the league penalty.
It's like, it's Oliver? Yeah, sorry, brother. We got to break you in again here.
Sorry, bro. You were talking. Here you go. Walk off with your friend.
So
LVL here, though.
Yeah, getting interesting here is that D side got blown open. So this is how this field can break out sometimes. And as the
Yeah,
D
now
side.
it's going to come down to a one-on-one.
So Evan Manners, this is one of the new CEP pickups. It was hearing good things about Manners.
He's got good manners.
That's very punny of you, Oliver. 9 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in this match in a one-on-one situation. Red coin at stake here, red and gold coin, courtesy of Hormesis and Coin Duel for the winner of this one. So this is Danny Schoenauer.
Okay,
Again, they're all-star.
Yeah.
And
Danny's got the nice beard, right?
he's an excellent beard.
Yeah.
Excellent beard.
Plenty of time here.
Neither team with the lead.
There's lots of ones on the board.
Lots of ones on the board. The situation right now, though, is that Evan Manners is on
their side. Yeah.
So Danny has to protect that buzzer,
Which is smart, which is what he's done now. I don't know about this playing down on the knee thing, but you know.
Yeah, and he's
up.
not a tall. Oh, well, just as you say that, he kind of lackadaisically tries to get into the Aztec and gets clipped.
Ooh.
So nice job by Evan Manners to win that one-on-one and
Kind of threw the finger at him too a little bit.
Did a little gunfighter.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for setting up the Old West photos.
Oh, that was
yesterday
great.
night. That was fun.
Might need a clip of that.
Yeah, Hormesis had a little get together at the most legendary paintball bar in the world, Son of the Beach.
If you haven't been, you should go.
And you were rounding up the troops. All right, we're going across the street. We're taking Old West photos. It was epic. Chris Odom was there too. It was sweet. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. Energy is high in the MLKings pit. They are up 2 points. Peterson said his success in that last point is all due to Connor Kelly. He said he's just a pawn. Connor Kelly helped him to get his job done. They are also aware that Thunder is trying to bait them into the center. They know they're throwing pods, trying to get them to run into their traps, and they're not going to fall for it.
Hey, man, so people are going to be crafty. You got to be more crafty.
Double trap.
So 2-point lead right now as Peterson just kind of run through Connor Kelly. Also looking pretty good out there. They are going to be losing a body early. So MLKings from that red side of the field dropping a body. I think that's Kyle Berry. Yeah, Kyle Berry taking the walk. As Uprising pushing the issue in the center. They get to that 50.
Yeah, I mean, he's been spotted here in the center now, so I would assume that MLKings will come through here in a minute with this nice guy with the nice style that's bunkered a few guys very nicely. I think is number 47. What's his name, Matty? Right there in that bunker.
That is Peterson.
Peterson, yeah, watch for Peterson to make a move here. We got a couple bucks on Peterson. So Manners is going to get the red coin from Hormesis?
Yes.
Nice one.
Got a red and
give them that.
gold coin from I should give it to you and have him track you down. You're like, we'll have Oliver hand you the coin. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that too. You're busy enough today.
No, today's an easy day.
People are like, Matty, you're hard to find. I'm like, no, I'm not, dude. I'm literally locked in one place for 11 hours. I don't go much farther than this this tower. Player getting checked out. Back corner bunker here for the MLKings. Peterson popping the top, looking like he might want to run through again. I think Bencourt's going to be clean.
But they're trying to play like a slower game or something now because they're like pumping their hands and they say, chill, chill, chill. But I don't know.
Well, they have a 2-point lead to protect, and it would behoove them to maybe burn a little bit of time off, but I always do get a little scared when teams go hardcore defense.
Me too.
But they have taken some ground.
Here
Peterson's
goes.
going to come through. He's going to commit. He does the slide.
Man, he has such nice style.
He does, and he's going to get that first kill, so he trades out. He gets the thorn in their side. Oh, but in that chaos, they're going to be losing a body from the back corner bunker on that D side, but I think another body comes off. Yeah, Uprising loses too, so a little bit of chaos out here, and during that, Betancourt dips into the snake. Got a player in the back center. It's Connor Kelly. He's just going gun dominant and up over the top, trying to figure out these variables. And as we were discussing the move into the snake, looks like Uprising's going to have 2 bodies be pushing on that D side. They have outside D2 and then D3.
Yeah, it looks like only 2 on Uprising left.
Yeah, that might just be those 2 bodies over there, because I don't think there's
maybe that guy in the
back
corner.
Center. Yeah, if we could just pan over slightly and see if there's someone in that back, corner.
It looks like it's just those 2.
Might be a 2 on, it might be 2 on 3, 2 on 2. Might be someone in that back corner bunker for MLKings.
No.
Yeah, it might be 2 on 2.
I think it's a 2 on 2, Matty.
So who's going to do the read and react first? It's a little bit better here for Betancourt because he does have this entire side of the field.
I mean, they've got, ooh, there you go. He just got that kill.
this is Rodriguez. I don't think that's not Betancourt.
They're pretty much all the way around on him here. There you go. MLKings pulling that one out nice.
Yeah, so the MLKings able to put yet another point on the board. Nice job by Rodriguez there. Sorry, I was calling him Betancourt. They got a similar style. But 3 unanswered right now for the MLKings. Kind of looking a little bit more like themselves. Uprising's always a tough, well, typically a tough game. And it's the story of this one's been Peterson punching up the middle, and he's been the threat, and then they're playing off that chaos well. They've definitely been dipping into the snake and winning some gunfights. Just a little bit better than Uprising. The points have been a little bit close. So Latin Saints also up by 1 here against Columbus Level. It would be a big upset if Latin Saints were able to beat Columbus Level. And with DMG making it on to Sunday, they have to win some games. So there's the starting crew. You got Askren heading out there. Looks like Pleady's going to get a spin. Lemon. Cranmer's going to be over there. There's your boy Cranmer. So Cranmer had some standout points for them.
He was just playing really, really nice. Yeah.
Right. Oh, looks like going to be losing a body. Nice off-the-break shots here for Columbus Level. Lacing up that kill for the Latin Saints. Back corner bunker on the snake side, 4-on-5 as they release and go up to the 50. Here comes the counterattack as McGowan for the Saints is going to go up there.
Spider senses came through right there on that one.
Yeah, Justin Pleady gets the better of Mike McGowan, and now Pleady is untouched onto the Latin Saints side of the field with less than 8 minutes to go here, and they got to figure out a way to deal with Pleady. Can't let that guy live at your wedge.
But Carl Markowski is now on that 50 side, on the other side also, helping him out.
Nice, yeah, Carl Markowski wasn't here yesterday. Here comes the counterattack.
Not protecting him. Oh.
Finally picked it up.
There's Kramer.
Was Carl at the practice when you guys played?
He was, yeah.
Yeah, so good little counterpunch here as it's going back and forth, but Columbus Level looking like they're going to be getting the better. As we just talked about the snake, you know, so Lemon was able to read and react, and Carl Markowski taking some ground with his speed on that D side after off the move from Pleady. And then a little bit of chaos in the center, but Lemon slips into the snake and finishes it off. That's kind of the power of the snake. You can finish points from the snake.
For sure.
Lots of points are being finished from the snake. It is very difficult to have that be your initial push. That we're almost watching no one do that. And there's a Pleady on your screen. And there, look at that beard. Oh, man. It's a beautiful beard here from Danny. And that beard almost looks fake. This is giving him a big old scour over. Looks like they might be running Pleady again. Good to see Carl out there.
For sure.
Another guy that just couldn't stay away, you know. See, retired and had a couple kids, got a job and whole deal, and now here he's back.
He's inventing things now.
Yeah. Did he get you one of those the tank tools?
Yeah.
I think that's.
I needed one of those 20 years ago.
I know, right? It was one of those things when he showed it to me. It was that like aha. You know, it's a good invention when you think, why didn't this not exist before? How did somebody not think of this before?
That's right.
So on the breakout, MLKings see if they can protect this lead and burn a little bit of time
penalty.
off.
MLKings.
That's not how you protect leads.
Except for now MLKings coming down the snake.
Yeah, Cardinal Donaldson going to get all the way down. He's looking for kills. He's going to get one in the center.
Get two.
He's going to get two, little two-pack here. Oh, he's trying to be going for a move of the. Oh, he's going to get three. Careful not to get a penalty. Even trade four. 4 bodies come off.
That's a good deal right there.
Yeah, I'll take a 4-for-1 trade.
I'll take that any day.
Because with that penalty, it was looking dire for the MLKings.
It was. You need a hero, and he was the hero.
Might be, but did anyone survive on his squad as we're looking over? I see the back corner bunker on the D side moving around a little bit, so that might be where the last body is, and it's probably Kappas.
I think it's Migo. Someone just said, "Oh, Migo."
Yeah, it is. So it's Migo Kappas, back corner bunker.
So it's a one-on-one.
Yeah, another one-on-one here.
We love one-on-one.
We do love some one-on-ones. So who's going to take it is this is probably the point right here, Ollie, because it's 5:48. It's a 3-point lead for the MLKings.
Right.
If Uprising doesn't win this point and they burn another minute or so off and they get a 4-point lead with 4 minutes, it's going to be very tough for Uprising. It's
hard
possible.
To say, though, man,
it's
because,
possible.
Yeah. I mean, the different gear goes on when you're down a certain amount of points with a certain amount of time on.
Yes, that's very true.
And it switches for both sides, too, because the other side's like, oh, we need to hold out.
And
That
then they
doesn't always
die.
work
No, for some reason, yeah, that just doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then you see those points where a team is just storming down the field, 3-4 points in a row, winning 30-second points, and people that not used to watching paintball like, why don't teams just do that all the time? I'm like, it's actually really hard to do what they're doing right now.
That's right. But that's like, it's funny because you can somehow turn that on and do that when it's necessary. But then you're like, when it's not necessary, you can't do that.
Oh, well, Ormrod is able to get the kill there on Kappas, and then that is going to put up or keep Uprising in this match. So great job by Ormrod. And he's one of, so when you comes down to, oftentimes in the one-on-one, you're going to have those support players, and they're going to be a guy like Ormrod or a guy like Nick Sloviak. And typically those are guys who are really good at one-on-ones because they're going to be left alive after the chaos.
But Nick Sloviak didn't do that today.
No. Nick's playing some good paintball right now. I mean,
well, he didn't win that one. He lost a one-on-one, and then he
straight it out in the one-on-one.
Right.
But yesterday he won, and then he was playing
really,
really well.
Yesterday, Matty.
It's true. You're right. Yesterday was yesterday. Doesn't matter how well you played yesterday. This is a keep what you kill. What have you done for me lately? Sport.
Yeah, that's right.
Markowski can get another spin, number 19. So Carl Markowski, at one point in time, for years, the fastest man ever to play the game.
Still maybe pretty fast. Definitely faster than me.
And on the breakout, tied up 2-2, 7:14 to go.
This is a good match.
Yeah, definitely a good match here. See if it can continue to be entertaining. That first set was an amazing set. If that's a indicative moments of what we're going to see out here, then it's going to be a really fun day. I'm up here with Oliver Lang.
I'm up here with Matty Marshall.
Appreciate your company, as always, and Impact will be playing Dynasty at 11 o'clock here.
No big deal.
Also in that set, Houston Heat and the Tauntauns right now, Columbus level, locked up with the Saints, and Saints into the Snake. Saints have definitely been pushing the Snake a little bit harder than most teams.
And actually, so is the MLKings.
Yeah.
So you're seeing something different here.
Body dropping right now from the Saints.
That's right.
As we're watching the Saints get to the 50-yard line. Ooh, did you see that? He backed up and kicked that bunker.
I don't. Did he do that on purpose?
I'm not sure, but it looked like.
It looked like his loader's a little bit busted.
Yeah, it's not ideal. I wonder if I think he might be trying to retreat. But no, see, he's doing it on purpose.
He is doing it on purpose.
He's definitely doing it on purpose. Crafty out here. Everyone's getting the trickery going on this year.
That is, I would have never have thought about that. But here comes Carl Markowski down the other side.
He's also
smoking him.
Carl Markowski is just running a racket here. Carl's going to get one. He's going to get two.
You cannot trick Carl Markowski with that move.
There's still one body left alive, but Carl's going to come and hip shoot him. Look at this. Yeah, Carl.
Yeah, we missed that on camera, though, but it was pretty smooth.
Oh, I'm sure somebody got it on. Oh, that was beautiful. Carl Markowski just saunters on over to the Snake side after a beautiful two-pack run through and just kind of gives him the old gunfighter, you can't see me from the hip, little one shot. Beautiful job by Carl Markowski.
I've actually never seen Carl move that slow in my life.
That's true. Those fast twitch muscles, he didn't need them after that initial burst. Well, welcome back, Carl. That was absolutely beautiful. That looked Carl Markowski-esque from years and years ago. Something's going on. Somebody was getting some water poured on their head. Hope that guy's okay.
Hey, way to be, baby, way to be.
Yeah, in the pits, let's listen in.
Hey, same vibe, Danny in for Justin. What a fucking move. Way to be, guys.
There he is. Man of the moment right there on that one, Carl Markowski. God, I hope we have that replay.
Carl Markowski wears Hormesis. Just so everybody knows.
Here we go. On the breakout. Right now in a Uprising with Ormrod saving that one, and the last one putting the team on his back to win that one-on-one and make this a match, as it does look like Kyle Berry going to be taking the early walk for the MLKings as we hit the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, 4-on-5 here. Uprising with 5.
Uprising a little bit better field position too, as they're pushing up the center. You're going to get Alexander Borromeo to the can. He's going to just coast right into this 50-yard line. They're going to spread some bodies out wide, trying to make the most of this power play. It's one body advantage they have out here.
Doubled up the center there.
Yeah, if you're down, this is the big moment right now for Uprising.
Right.
At 4 minutes, they're down by 2. They've got a one body advantage. Got to be careful not to make an over-battling mistake right now.
That's right.
Throw that advantage away.
But they're all moving together quite nicely here in a nice formation. Two-man operation on that Dorito side, two-man operation in the center.
That's the way you want to do it.
Only one man on the snake side in the, what you would call the juice box, I believe.
Yeah, that's Rich's term.
Rich's term.
I got a kid, so, you know, juice box, I'm like, just reminds me of like a toddler tantrum. You know, I got to go get him a juice box, so I'd rather call it the back box.
Fair enough. Well, I only call it what we call it on Dynasty. That would be California.
Yeah, it is funny. Sometimes we'll get guys up here and they forget that a lot of people listening don't know their codes. So they're like, yeah, well, I was at the Apple and I was shooting at the Godzilla, right? And then the California was yelling at me. And I'm like, dude, no one knows what you're talking about right now.
Yeah. We were having a meeting in the hotel the other day, and that was pretty much the basis of our conversation. Like those completely absurd, unanimous words. And I was like, what if somebody's listening to us right now? What do you think they think we're talking about?
It's that perspective, right? Okay. So Uprising, 2 bodies, another body dropping here.
ML King.
For the MLKings.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be 5-on-3. Uprising just about to put it together here and drop the hammer. You can see it on the screen there. Guy just moved into the 50 on the Dorito side. Now all the way onto their side. Get another kill right straight ahead. There you go.
Yeah, it's just slowly but surely working them out of their spots here after that first kill. So
this
yeah,
is
it's getting
last man alive dance here.
Getting dire here for the MLKings in this point as Uprising trying to preserve all the time they can, as they're still going to need one more. But that was a crisp point here for Uprising. Initial kill on Barry and then a slow roll. Did it perfect. So as the referee is checking out Borromeo, thumbs up, point is good. We got ourselves a match. Let's check out this replay here with this beautiful, graceful move from Karl Markowski. So Karl Markowski cuts the seam inside. He comes through, catches the first one sleeping, switches hands, gets that second little 2-pack crossfield. But then as you watch, he realizes, well, there is one more guy left alive, and he has no idea that I'm here. So like you said, Ollie, it's the slowest I've ever seen Karl Markowski move, and he comes up and just executes
him right there.
Some style points.
That was cool.
Oh, that was beautiful. Poor 00 turns around, and then just gets absolutely blasted. Stolly just, sorry, brother.
00, bro.
Oh, man.
Nice number, but didn't work.
So you're number 2 now. What's the logic behind 2?
What do you mean? I've always been number 2. Well, since I was 17.
Yeah, but I was going to say you're 17.
I just think we didn't have enough time to change the number this round. So we'll see what happens. Yeah.
And I also want to talk about the comeback here because everyone wants to hear about that. So
comeback.
Before you leave, I have to ask that question.
What comeback? I've always been here.
Yeah, in spirit.
Okay, and it looks like LVL is deep in the Dorito side all the way. And this guy's going to make a bump, try to get him. And how does he even do that? And he stays alive. This is insane.
Comes through, and is he clean? The referee gave him a glance. They're going to get in there and give him a little bit more of a check as Danny switches his gun over finally to get that kill. But they have another attacker over there pushing up here, and it's McGowan, man. McGowan's played really well for him, and he's going to get that kill. Again, keep your second attackers close to your first attackers. That's how it's supposed to be done. McGowan is showing us here. His first guy goes through. He's right behind him, and now he's trying to polish this, polish off the rest of this point.
That was textbook.
Cranmer does damage control and gets a shot on McGowan. So, but pushing the snake here for level, trying to finish this one off.
No, pushing the snake for Latin Saints.
Yeah, sorry, for Latin Saints, trying to finish level off.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's funny because it's like the zones are just dropped. You know, like, how are those moves being done? Like, that guy should not be able to do that.
Yeah, you're right.
The guy's in the 50 on the Dorito side for LVL, about to kind of win the game for them, and then the guy comes across the center of the field at a strange angle, bunkers him, and lives, and got another kill.
Sometimes moves from when we watch them from here and you think, how did that guy just make that move? Why did they let him do that? And sometimes people just drop the zone, miss shots. There's a lot that can go on out there.
Most certainly, yeah. Most certainly.
Well, Latin Saints keeping this one interesting here. So let's get a replay of the move. So Oliver, this is your area of the field. Kind of talk me through this. This is our D-side cam here. He's at the 50-yard line.
Well, I mean, he just felt like he had to go do it. You know, he was kind of in a slightly of a desperation move, and it's exactly what you said. Oh, he did get shot when he went into that, but he does shoot. Watch him. He does shoot again. He should have got a penalty. He got shot somewhere right there, right, boom, off his head. Yeah, you'll see it. And then he goes in there, and he's kind of like questioning. He should have just got off, you know, at that point.
This is the second guy, McGowan.
That's the second guy, yeah. But he did shoot again. That other guy did shoot again.
Yeah, well, that's another thing too, is that, you know, stuff's going to get missed out there.
For sure.
And it's
part of it. I mean, there's not enough, you know, there's just not enough refs for what's going on. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, and sometimes we have to slow it down. You know, so we're looking at it in super slow-mo to try to figure out what's going on. The refs got to figure it out on the fly.
That's right.
I mean, I'm glad we do have replay, and the commissioner will go check the replay if it's a crucial moment. And
that's pretty cool that's where we're at now, you know, I will say.
It's taking us some time to get there, but, you know, Rome, I always say Rome wasn't built in a day, but they were putting bricks in walls every day.
For sure.
So now here comes Uprising, moving up here, a couple moves up the center, and also out getting into D3, now going to go to the 50-yard line wall.
Yeah, 2 minutes left, so this is, you know, it's coming down to it. I mean, a lot of time, but also not a lot of time. Okay, one of MLKings walks off here. And it looks like the MLKings are just kind of trying to slow it down. You know, they're in that first Dorito looking across field. Makes a bump out to the snake. Wow, and he makes it and he shoots the guy in the center. Nice work, MLKing.
Yeah, Uprising coming off.
That guy should have shot him and been alive.
Graham Arnold sneaks into the snake, though.
2 Uprising, 3 Uprising, 3 Uprisings walking off. So it's 2 Uprising against 3 MLKings, and there's, what, 50 seconds? Yeah,
Well,
that's going to be hard.
3 Uprisings on the red side. MLKings are over here on the blue side.
Yeah, but now there's literally 2 Uprisings alive.
Well, Borromeo was alive till about 10 seconds ago.
That's right.
But Graham Arnold's in the snake right now, battling against Donaldson. So 3 bodies alive currently here for the MLKings.
And 2 on Uprising.
Well,
but
now
they just
1.
didn't put it together, yeah.
Yeah.
So MLKings will be taking this one.
MLKings.
Oh, looked like his team shot him in the back.
Donaldson, 20 seconds. I mean, we're coming down on time here. Yeah, so this is going to do it with 20 seconds left. I mean, this was the point. Uprising needed to put this one on the board to tie, and the MLKings going to try to, and they need this margin. So Cap is going to beat Donaldson in, hit that buzzer, or Barry. Again, we're in Florida. You can hear some MLKings fans are out here bright and early.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, man, it was amazing to see how many people were out here at 7 a.m. Like, literally, the parking lot was full, and there was traffic getting in. I was like, amazing.
There's so many people here that for the very first time, I mean, I've been coming here years, right? And the turn, like, there was traffic past the light to make the left turn. There's still traffic. There's been a solid row of traffic for a couple hours now. Yeah, I mean, I got here at 6, and there was just an insane line.
It's funny when you're in traffic at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, on a Saturday.
That's World Cup.
Yeah, this is a
massive, on a Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, this is the biggest event of the year. Excellent job by the MLKings, as they're going to go undefeated so far through 2 games.
Nice.
It's going to give Uprising their first loss. They're 1-1, still have a chance to move on.
Going to make it interesting.
Columbus Level locked up with the Saints. The Saints have been hanging, and the Saints, again, desperately need wins out here. Columbus Level, they also need to win because they dropped their first game. If they lose this next one, that could be curtains for the World Cup performance.
Could be curtains for their paintball, professional paintball.
For the Saints, yeah.
Yeah.
They can't get a win. So Level makes it out wide here, snake side, and does he get the kill down the sideline? Death coming from the Saints in the inside. Looks like Markowski's walking off from the D side. Danny's walking off as well for Level, so 2 bodies have come off. Ooh, referee's going to be checking out Saints here in the snake, and it looks like he's clean.
He's going to kick the bunker again? No. He's not going to play that game.
3 minutes and 20 seconds left here. I see at least 3 Saints.
Yeah, there's 3 Saints. There's 2 LVL. One in the Dorito on the far tape, and now he's in their side of the Dorito.
Yeah, Cranmer has no idea that Stolly's in here, so that's just going to be a free kill for 0-0.
That's right.
Cranmer throws that body away. He just did not know there was a player that deep into the snake, but here comes Weber. Weber looking for it. Oh, Weber's getting really good, man, but can he get through? He definitely takes the throw on their side now. Oh, but they lose that back center player as well, too. It's Weber as soon as – that's a tough point for Level, man. They lost too many bodies. They tried to do – so Cranmer kind of threw his body away because he didn't know there was a player in the snake. Couldn't see how – was it Askren, I think, in the back, but it was a nice move from Weber. 0-0 had to die, but they just, but you could see when, as soon as Weber made that move and he got shot and traded his body, he looked back and saw his other player walking off and Kramer walking off and realized, okay, well, and he started shaking his head because he knew that was it.
But it's amazing. It's like when you see stuff like that happen and then 2 other bodies just die at the same time.
All right, let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Thanks, Maddie. A lot of frustration in the Uprising pit. That is not how they wanted to come out and play today. They said that they feel like they started flat because they were just making stupid mistakes that they knew they shouldn't be making. They weren't all clear on the game plans when they went out there. That last point, though, where they had the opportunity to tie it up with MLKings, the coach said they just weren't working as a team. They weren't pushing down the field together. They were making individual moves and allowing MLKings to pick them off one by one.
Well, we've been talking about that.
That sounds right.
Right? Yeah, that's a very accurate dissection of
very
what
accurate.
went down.
Lauren Kelly's very accurate.
Well, she's been doing this for a while now.
She's good.
Yeah, we're glad to have her back. So, you know, it's the return of Oliver, return of Lauren.
Dude,
it's great.
We're picking her up on Dynasty next.
She's a great producer. She probably could help a lot of things out.
We should hire her as a spy.
There you go. Nah, she's I don't think she'd go for that.
No, she's too legit.
And she's got a big girl job, so
yeah.
she doesn't really need your money.
Fair enough. I just like the idea of hiring a spy.
Yeah, yeah, there you go.
If there's any spies out there, come find me.
Big shout out to Carbon. This game has been brought to you by Carbon. Zero compromise here. Learn more. Go to
Zero Compromise.
Zero compromise.
I love that.
Love what Turbine and the boys have been doing with that
Turbine's
product line.
excellent. Yeah,
everyone loves Turbine. And
Zero Compromise.
Those are the new goggles that just came out, and also they're the ones that provide the golden barrel here for the MVP. We got a ton of stuff that we're giving out. Also have a TM40 Lux that we're going to be giving out as well too, and that's we're going to tell you more about that in a bit. So we got 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go here.
This is a big point.
This is a big point.
Big point. I like it. Actually, I got my money on LVL because like we said, we practiced them and they pulled it out at the end a few times against X Factor and us. So, and Latin Saints is kind of, this is the world's on their shoulders here, and that's a lot of pressure. And if you're not used to a lot of pressure, you can buckle.
Yeah, for sure, especially at World Cup, as it just exponentially increases. Right. And a lot of times people say, oh man, I don't agree with that, I don't understand, World Cup's just another tournament. I'm like, well, then you probably haven't played a really tough game at World Cup before, because if you have, then you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, you haven't come to World Cup and seen the traffic.
Yeah, it's frustrated because it took you 30 extra minutes to get into the parking lot. All right, so on the breakout here, looking to see what the Saints are going to do, right? So they're going to go hardcore defense, or are they going to try to take a little bit of ground? Ideally, you need to take a bit of ground, and then you can play defense and lock it up. You don't want to necessarily just double all the back bunkers up.
I have no idea what they're going to do.
About to find out here as Level needs something special here, and they need to kill off the break if they can get it. Saints do risk a body out wide snake side, and he makes it clean here, Oliver.
They do. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go, 5 on 5. This is really crunch time. This is like, this is what I love about World Cup, is it's like, the whole entire year is depending on this very one match right here.
Yeah. If the Saints don't hold on to this lead, well, then they could not be a pro team next year, because DMG is into Sunday. If they win this game, they still got a chance. And for Level, if Level loses this game, this point right now, probably going home here at World Cup.
Yeah.
And they've made a couple. They took third at the very first event of the year, and they're in the top 5 right now. I'm sorry, they are 6th overall. So our 6th ranked team might be going home if they can't find a way to win in the next minute and 45 seconds. Still have one more game left to play. It's against the MLKings, and the MLKings look pretty good. So,
but you see them, look at LVL across the board there, quite nice.
Yeah, they're looking for it right now. They're at the 50-yard line there, right-hand side of your screen, playing from the blue side.
Yeah. Oh, Carl, careful, buddy. Minute 25.
Yeah, time ticking off here. Weber at that center 50 brick. It's still 5 on 5. Have you seen any bodies walk off?
No.
Definitely
5 on 5.
Definitely no one. Oh, here comes the move. They got to protect Weber. They do not protect Weber as Laser runs through to get the shot in on Weber.
And he got 2 of them.
Oh, a 2-pack. That might be the coffin nail here for Columbus Level if the D side can't find a way to pick it up. As there's still 2 bodies on the D side, and they're going to push forward. They have a minute
50
to work with.
seconds.
They might be getting a shot here as the box is getting checked out quite a while now. Looks like he's clean, though.
Latin Saints coming through. Mike Paxton.
The Latin Saints finally do lose a body, so there's no one on this snake side. As there's
he's walking all the way
Manners,
down.
did Manners just blow open the entire D side? It looks like he did. So Manners is going to save this one here for the Saints, and that is going to give the Saints a win. That is going to make the who's getting relegated conversation very complicated. So if someone would like to crunch all those numbers for me and then hit me up via Instagram, that would be pretty sweet. I'd really appreciate that.
We need a number cruncher and we need a spy.
So, Oliver, I'm sure there's a legion of people that would love to be your spy. So, if you really
if you're a
wanted to do
number
that,
crunching spy, even better.
Yeah, so it does look like there will be 14 seconds left. I thought maybe they just would run the clock down, but good job to Manners and everyone here on the Latin Saints, and and Gregory for putting this together, for hiring Mike Paxton to be the coach by going and getting the semi-pro team CEP. And let's just listen into the frustration here as Level.
Ran through on the snake side and shot me in the foot. I thought it was 1-2.
Well, it was the center, it seemed like. But yeah, he came through from the snake side.
That guy got a 2-for-1.
Yeah, it's a nice move. And that's just the lack of zone control. So keep that in your mental notes, because you guys are flooding bodies up that way too, and you got to watch that side.
Notes on what not to do.
Yeah.
Do not let a guy get a run through and shoot 2 of us within the last minute. Okay, let me write that down.
Corey, call a timeout for us.
Yeah, so a 2-point spread with, 14 seconds left, it looked like. Let's see if that's the official amount of time when we have a minute to go. So, Oliver, got to ask you the question, and we've talked about this in some interviews, but some people haven't really seen, they aren't going to see those for a little bit there. But so on this comeback we talked about, and then we did talk about it on the show, the Spick and Span show, about how the love from the fans and the success of Hormesis and seeing the success of Dynasty, it kind of like rubbed the genie out of the bottle, you know?
Right,
yeah. Got Oliver out of Bali, essentially.
Well, I've been waiting for Alex to retire for a long time, and he just wouldn't do it. So he beat me, so I had to come back.
That's great.
He waited me out.
Well, I mean, it's got to be pretty cool to be Oliver Lang here at World Cup, right? I mean, it's got to be pretty fun for you, right?
Yeah, I'm trying not to, let it get to my head. But I'm also like kind of a bench warmer these days.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I actually have to fight for my spot, which is something I've actually never done. So I'm like, I got to go over here. I got to kiss Skinny Kevin's feet, and I got to
give him a little
back
rub,
get him
a coffee.
Yeah. I got to do better than everybody else just to get maybe a spot. So it's an interesting dynamic. And also when you don't play as much, like before as a starter, you play a lot, so you get a lot of reps and you just get progressively better. But when you're fighting for a spot, it's actually very difficult to get a spot because you're not getting many reps. So then if you have one error, then you're like, it really, there's no room pretty much for errors.
Any mistake.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you're trying to make a spot.
Yeah.
Which is good, actually, because then, I shouldn't make any errors. But that's where I'm at.
It looks like
Lauren Kelly.
Let's check in with Lauren.
Thanks. Level Up is coming out, and they only have 14 seconds, but they are hoping that they can put the pressure on and force Latin Kings to get a penalty so that they can get a swing point and have a chance to tie it up.
Good luck.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I love Lauren Kelly's optimism, and I love LVL's optimism, but that's a shot in the dark.
Yeah, so bodies flooding off the field here is Level streaking down the field and getting some bodies killed, and that is going to do it. 14 seconds have expired, and Latin Saints going to be taking a victory here away from Level, so most likely Level's chances here at World Cup have ceased to exist. They still have one more game against the MLKings, and we don't really know with this bracket structure with these 5 brackets of 4, depending on how the brackets play out, we might see a team make it in at 1 and 2, not sure. But again, a big congrats to the Saints and the MLKings. Next up, Revo and Legion, Energy, Elite, and the Lucky 15s. This should be an interesting one. Lucky 15s coming over from England. They went 1-1 yesterday. They beat Legion. Oliver, thank you so much for coming up here.
My pleasure, Matty.
Best of luck. Dynasty playing Impact at 11 with Heat and the Tauntauns.
No big deal.
Make sure you check out the Hormesis booth. We'll be back here on Go Sports. I'm Matty Marshall. See you in just a few.
Make sure to root for Dynasty.